Western officials are increasingly alarmed after reports surfaced about a series of undisclosed meetings between Ukrainian negotiators and senior representatives from the FBI, raising fresh questions about the nature and intent of these interactions. According to a report by the Washington Post, Rustem Umerov, Ukraine's lead negotiator, has made 3 separate visits to the United States in just the past few weeks, an unusually frequent pattern that has caught the attention of diplomatic observers. During these visits, Umerov reportedly met privately with Donald Trump's envoy, businessman Steve Witkoff, and also held behind closed-doors discussions with both the FBI director and his deputy, fueling speculation over the sensitivity of the topics discussed. Ukraine's European allies and backers are said to be deeply unsettled by the secrecy surrounding these meetings, with many now expressing concern about what their true purpose might be and how they could impact broader geopolitical dynamics. Reports say that the focus of the meetings may have been on speeding up Kyiv's acceptance of Trump's peace roadmap. Another likely reason may be that Zelensky and his aides may be pushing for amnesty amid ongoing corruption scandals in Ukraine. Ukraine's ambassador to the United States told the Washington Post that the recent meetings between Ukrainian officials and U.S. representatives were strictly focused on matters of national security, emphasizing that they were part of ongoing efforts to safeguard Ukraine's strategic interests. An FBI official speaking to the same outlet confirmed that issues related to corruption did come up during the discussions, but clarified that corruption was not the central topic of the meetings and only formed a small part of a larger, more complex dialogue. Meanwhile, a White House spokesperson stated that American officials maintain regular communication with leaders around the world, suggesting that such exchanges are a normal aspect of U.S. diplomatic and security engagement rather than something out of the ordinary. A senior member of former President Donald Trump's team also commented, adding that Trump's current national security advisors are in direct contact with both Moscow and Kyiv, underscoring the delicate balance of conversations taking place behind the scenes. President Zelensky's office, when approached for comment about these reported meetings, declined to provide details, but firmly denied that any discussions related to corruption had occurred during them. In a firm statement to the Washington Post, a spokesperson for Zelensky's office dismissed speculation about corruption links, saying bluntly that it is foolish to connect every political dialogue or negotiation to the issue of corruption. Analysts say the timing of the closed-door meetings between the FBI and Ukrainian negotiators has raised eyebrows, particularly because they come on the heels of a string of high-profile corruption scandals shaking Kyiv's political establishment. Both former President Donald Trump and senior FBI officials have been outspoken in their criticism of Ukraine in recent months, repeatedly calling attention to what they describe as a troubling rise in corruption allegations inside the country. According to multiple reports, FBI Director Kash Patel and his deputy, Dan Bongino, had earlier urged members of Congress to open an official investigation into President Volodymyr Zelensky and his administration's handling of U.S. financial aid to Ukraine. Sources familiar with the matter claim Patel had requested a detailed congressional probe to determine whether any portion of the billions of dollars in American funds sent to assist Ukraine's defense were diverted or misused by government officials. In February 2025, Bongino publicly asserted that Donald Trump himself had grown increasingly suspicious of Zelensky, hinting that Kyiv might have concealed evidence tied to alleged cover-ups involving the Biden family. Over the past 2 months, Ukraine has faced mounting domestic turmoil, with at least 8 senior aides to President Zelensky being formally accused of crimes ranging from embezzlement to complex money laundering schemes. The scandal deepened further when Zelensky's powerful chief of staff, Andriy Yermak, abruptly resigned amid growing public outrage and intensified scrutiny from both Ukrainian media and Western observers. Just last week, former President Trump sharpened his rhetoric, acknowledging what he called massive corruption within Ukraine's leadership and demanding that Kyiv hold immediate elections to restore transparency and accountability.